No, 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 no! I am not doing a Smurf and Smurfs again! For Smurf's sake, I already... Smurf has already started. Where's my hat? Smurfs 2. Yeah, apparently the first film did so well that it had to have a sequel. Because we all really, really, really enjoyed the Dead-Eye Smurfs of the first film. Luckily for me, this is not another dancing game, so they got some of a poor clever game developer to make a way forward! Again!
The story of Smurfs 2 is a condensed but rather enjoyable version of the plot of the movie. How? It does not use any clips of the movie, and the story is told as if it were a book, and has artwork directly inspired by the Smurfs books. You have no idea how grateful I am to see Peyo-inspired art in this game. It's literally the best part, and saying that means it's downhill from here. The story focuses on Gargamel creating two new Smurf creatures, called Naughties, Vexy and Hackus. They kidnap Smurfette to bring her back so she can be re-evilized. So Papa Smurf and the rest of the Smurfs, who I will not name because you already know them all, have to travel through the Dark Forest and Gargamel's house to stop Vexy and Hackus from taking Smurfette away for good. At this point, I honestly thought it was just the Smurf plot with the humans taken out, but guess who turns up in quite humorous drawings? I am not kidding. I got a good chuckle when I saw a Smurf-style drawing of Neil Patrick Harris. So this game is literally a storybook retelling of the movie's plot, but with more Smurf-inspired cutscenes and locations. So if you want a more interactive and abridged version of the film, then here you go. The game is a 2D platformer, so you know the deal. Move to the right, collect items, defeat enemies, and don't die. That last one will be a problem because I never did. Not that I didn't get hit, mind you, you just can't die. Think multiplayer in New Super Mario Bros. U and Rayman Origins, but without the other players jumping on your head. Like Rayman, you get to choose what Smurf you want to play as, which adds to replay value and variety. Papa Smurf throws potions, clumsy trips, grouchy ground pounds, etc. As you travel through the levels, you collect Smurf berries and juice vials that defeated enemies leave behind, and once full, sends you on a trip that doubles the amount of berries you collect. There are also crowns that stun enemies on screen, as well as shrooms to offer more berries. Why such a focus on berries? They're like the rings from Sonic when you get hit. Only it's not a health buffer since you can't die, or money to be collected at the end of the level. It's a score tally which we'll get into later, as well as gold coins you'll find along the way. The gameplay is very basic, and it's what you've come to expect from licensed games. The problem with this game, which came on quicker than clouded with a chance of meatballs, is that it's smurfing dull. Maybe it's more fun with 2 or more people playing with you, but it's so slow and mundane that saying that this game is better suited to the early SNES or Mega Drive title would be an insult to those consoles. It's so boring. The presentation is very lopsided to give a name. I've mentioned how the artwork for the story cutscenes are a treat to the eyes despite being based on the movie. But the rest of the game is the movie aesthetics. Levels, characters, enemies, box art. On the plus side, I don't have to see them so close up that I'm scared they might jump out of the screen and strangle me. But it looks so basic and uninspired. Oh, it's a dark forest. Oh, it's Paris. The graphics lack a lot of originality to be noteworthy. Every level is the same with a different coat of paint. The same goes for the music. It's passable, but I play this mainly on handheld mode and listen to the Game Grunts compilation of jokes to keep myself awake. No, really. Nothing about this game's looks or sound is anywhere noteworthy or passable. I tell a lie, the only noteworthy thing is that some of the tracks get reused for future games. The game is split between 5 worlds accessed from Smurf Village. Each world has 5 stages and a boss. So far so standard. Beat the levels, beat the boss, move on. But standard is what permeates the air of this game right down to its level design. Oh, it varies from time to time with new platforms and elements meant for very little exploration, but remove the shine of the level graphics and every level is the same. What keeps these levels interesting to a small degree is the coins and conditions. You see, every level has 4 coins to find and 3 conditions to achieve. This is the reason for different Smurfs to choose from and why it encourages multiplayer, as most coins can only be collected with a certain Smurf ability or playing a game as the Smurf in question. Some of these conditions do get counterproductive and desperate. Finish with 2 players? Nah, no thanks. Activate blue time and don't activate blue time? On the same level? Do you really think I'm going to play this game twice? The reason for the coins is to save all the Smurfs in Smurf Village, as collecting 5 will save them and appear when you return. Just an FYI, guess which Smurf I am here? Nope. Nope. Need a hint? There you go. One small problem I have with the Smurf Village hub world is not remembering what portal is the new one when coming back after putting the game down. And putting the game down is probably the best bit for me.
I did not finish this game. Not because of frustration, but something I dread every time I play a game. Boredom. Sheer, absolute boredom. The Smurfs 2 is so basic, so unoriginal, that it feels like a chore, a literal chore to get through a few levels, let alone the whole game. And I thought Resident Evil 6 was a chore to get through. But no, the Smurfs 2 definitely put Resident Evil 6 in a new perspective for me. Speaking of which, I might actually replay that.
Despite being a way-forward game, this game bores me with how basic it is. Very small nuggets of creativity here and there, but it all gets washed away with the same standard repetitive design and gameplay. The Smurfs 2 video game appeals to the lowest common denominator, only to keep children occupied for a couple of hours while you play something better. You're better off just watching the cutscenes on YouTube if you want a more visually faithful and not abridged version of the second film. The game isn't worth it.
Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified. And please hit the like button and rate 5 stars because that really helps out the channel. Plus, if you want to help the channel out further, you can over on Patreon for just $1 a month. Thanks again everyone, and I'll see you all next time.